Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Peak Physique Podcast. The Peak Physique Podcast is a podcast for adults who want to get their fire back. So today is episode 49, and the title is Five Things You Can Do to Rule Your Day. So, through the years, I've listened to a lot of podcasts, read a lot of books about, self improvement, self help, and have had a few good habits that I've developed in my routine to really help me get a lot done in the day. And I thought this might help a few of you out as you try to squeeze workouts into your day and try to squeeze making more of a plan on what you're going to eat every day. So let's take a look at what I have written down here. So jumping into it, number one, I highly recommend you plan your day the night before. What that means is, maybe before you go to bed at night, you get out your planner or whatever, maybe just a piece of paper, or you use something online like a Word doc, and just write down what your day is going to look like, what time you're going to wake up, what time you're going to work out, what time you're going to work, all that good stuff. But that way you have a concrete plan of all the important things that you're going to do the next day, so you can even go ahead and check those off. I love checking things off the list, and that's why I write things down the night before. That way I can put that little check mark next to things as I complete them throughout the day. But I highly recommend you plan your day the night before. Number two, I recommend that you start your day by drinking electrolyte infused water. I have found through my own experience, this is just way better and more effective in hydrating me than drinking just regular water. Reason being, the electrolytes really help your body take hold of that water instead of just flushing it through your system. If you're a caffeine drinker like me, um, you know, drinking a little bit of water and then following it up with some coffee, that means that you're going to dilate yourself and you're going to be peeing a lot more. But if you drink that electrolyte water, your body's going to hold on to what you consume a lot more effectively, thus hydrating your cells. I use Liquid IV and something a little bit better but a little bit more expensive called Ultima. Ultima is a little bit better just because there's no sugar in it, but you can also find liquid IVs online that are sugar free. There's other things out there too, like Element, that's LMNT. They're a good electrolyte company, and I mean, there's so many of them out there now, but I highly recommend that you put some electrolytes in your water. Not only is it going to help you hydrate yourself a little more effectively, but it tastes way better than just plain water. Just make sure you're not drinking too much sugar in the process of doing that. Another thing I recommend you do to rule your day, fast until 12 p.m. Um, when you go to bed, commit to not eating anything until about lunchtime. This is kind of funny and very contradictory to what I was teaching people early on as a coach in the fitness industry. I used to tell people, along with everybody else that was training with me at that time, that you should be eating several meals a day to keep your metabolism going. But it turns out, that was what I like to call bro science. That really did not align with anything that we're finding is more effective in just making you more energetic and more able to tackle your tasks throughout the day. And if you're trying to do so, lose some weight as well. But fasting until noon, I have found really helps me with mental clarity, and it also gives me more energy, strangely enough. But you'll find too a lot of things like that if you give it a try. And that's really important if you got a busy day that you're tackling tasks with a lot of focus. Number four, another thing I recommend that you do to rule your day, make sure you move at least 30 minutes every day. I don't mean just 30 minutes, I mean that's the minimum. It doesn't have to be the hardest workout you can come up with in your mind. It could simply just be a walk or a bike ride, or simply just finding something that you can do like a circuit at home where you're doing squats and push-ups, but moving at least 30 minutes a day. Ideally, you get strength training in 3 times a day or 3 times a week, 4 times a week. But again, the minimum in your life should be that you commit to at least moving every day for 30 minutes. And finally, on to number five, this isn't a long podcast today. I highly recommend that you get outside. I know that's tough for us, especially in Wisconsin, when for 3 months out of the year, the last thing that you want to do is go out in the elements and be out there. But getting outside has a lot of health benefits. It has a lot more health benefits in the summer when you're actually able to absorb vitamin D. But ultimately, getting outside and breathing fresh air and not that stagnant, dormant air that you have in your house in the winter has its health benefits. But getting outside also probably means you're going to be moving a little bit more, especially when it's cold out. But I think that's really important and really infusing your energy and just making you feel good on a daily basis so you can rule your day. So, again, the 5 things that I recommend that you do every day to rule your day. First, plan your day the night before. Second, infuse your water in the morning before you do anything else with electrolytes. 3, fast until noon. If you can't make it to noon, that's a little bit too long for you at this point. Maybe just start by committing to fasting till 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Eventually, you'll be able to build yourself up all the way till lunchtime. Number 4, move at least 30 minutes every day. Again, that's minimum. When you go to the gym and you got time in your schedule, you should be at the gym lifting weights for at least 45 minutes to an hour. But 30 minutes minimum every single day. And finally, number 5, get outside every chance you can get. You should be doing it at least once a day. Even in those cold winter months, you still get benefits from being out there. And I really think that helps you infuse your energy so you can really be an effective human as you work through all the tasks that you got to do in a day. That's everything I got, though, everybody. Hope you found that helpful. Hope you found maybe a few things that you aren't doing in your day-to-day life that might make you a little bit more effective in ruling your day. As always, thanks for watching, listening, whatever you did. As you can see, I have a couch now with 2 seats in it, but yet I'm sitting right in the middle of it. But the point of having this couch was to bring people into what I like to call my podcast studio and sit down with me and have normal conversations. And the plan is to get that going here soon, so I don't have to be staring at the phone talking to myself, and maybe can just have more organic conversations with another human being. But anyway, if you're listening, watching yet, I really appreciate you coming this far. Stay tuned for another fun episode coming up soon. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks again.